Well, students, we're going to finish up these abstract pieces of artwork today. Um, I have a couple big shapes. I probably won't color it all for this example, but at least enough for you to see. I wanted to do this um, big shape here, kind of with a rainbow pattern, because I haven't done that yet. So white goes with everything. That's why I'm going to choose to outline it with white. I'm going to take this, follow my black line. When I get to another black line, I'm going to stop. We'll stop when we get there. Try not to get any on the black line. I got some there. I might have to put a little bit of black on that later to fill that in. Go around this loop all the way into here until I get to the next black line. Stop. Come around. This one is almost connected, so I suppose this could be its own shape right here because they're so close together, but we'll go around that, all the way around this curvy line to the edge of my paper. Back to the beginning. So please do outline and find your shapes. Once I've outlined that, then I'm gonna make my pattern in here. And I'm trying to think about how I want my pattern to go. I think that I'm gonna have this one go, my rainbow stripes are gonna go this way. So I'm gonna start off with, it doesn't have to be exactly in this order like a real rainbow, but I'm gonna take this and start off with my red. Trying to press it on hard enough that we can't see the yellow paper through there. So I think you can probably do an even better job than I'm doing here. But then we'll switch to my orange. Kind of just following the color wheel also around in a circle from red to orange to yellow, even though the paper is yellow. Adds me all to that. And then on the color wheel, what's next to yellow is gonna be green. And then what's next to green is gonna be blue. Fill that in this. And then what's next to blue is purple. And then that goes back to kind of like a pinkish, like a purplish, it's like a purplish pink. And then I can just repeat it until I fill out this whole shape. So then we'll go from this purplish pink into my red. And as I'm doing this, I'm noticing that some of the color is not pressed on hard enough. So please do always go back, fix things up if you need to. And I think one good way to work this out would be to do a little bit of a mix on it too. So here with these patterns, like especially in here where I can see that there's a lot of yellow that's through there, I might mix a different color blue into that, or carry those two colors a little bit closer together, or widen it a little bit. So don't be afraid to go back and rework your pattern a little bit. So that one's kind of an example of a rainbow shape. And once I have that one done, like I said, I might take two different blues, push those together a little bit better. or do 2 different greens, fill in those white spaces, or 2 different purples. So if it looks like you need it, I'm going to ask you to go back and press some of your color on harder. 2 different of that purplish pinkish colors. And if some of this line starts to not look very good because it got some color in it, like in here, I can always take that white and fix that up. So please take your time, show your best, get those edges cleaned up, make sure that everything is filled in well. And then the last shape that I wanted to do today would be this one over here. I think out of my colors, the blue has the most for shading options. So I'm gonna go around this shape here. Oops. So that's a good reason, good example of why to hold it really low. Because I just broke the end off of that crayon. But we'll go around here, all the way up the side of my paper, around my curve. And around these loops. So I've kind of separated this one out for shading already. So I'm gonna use all of these blues because these were all ones that were in my box. So I think I'm gonna do this I think I'm gonna go this way with it. And I'm gonna start down here, kind of a zigzag line with this dark, dark, dark blue. Then we'll go into this blue, kind of overlapping that a little bit. Kind of down into here. Then we'll do this one. This one, and then I am going to introduce a little bit of white to it because this color looks a lot like the last one I did. It just has, especially because it's on yellow paper, but I'm going to take this and we'll put a little bit of white into that blue for a mix. Then we'll repeat the pattern. Go down into here, into this one. And into this. And then we'll finish it up with a little bit of white. And I would definitely come back in here and put an extra layer of color stick on it because a lot of it still, you can see through the color a bit. So fill this in and make sure that these blends all look good. Of shading from dark to light. Clean up these edges a little bit too. But we'll just pretend that that one's done as well. And then one last one I might as well show is I thought maybe doing a little bit of brown. I'll do one little loop because I'll save these two for later. But this loop here, I haven't really used any brown, so I was gonna do an example of maybe like tree rings if you were to cut a tree and look at the log, it would have rings of different colors of brown. So I was thinking maybe I could use some brown and then maybe some gray. Because those are colors I haven't used. And then into this like peach tan color. And then I'm just gonna repeat it again. So instead of like lines that repeat, it's gonna be kind of in an oval or this teardrop shape. You can see the shape then just gets smaller and smaller. You can do this with any color. It's kind of cool how it goes dark to light. Okay. If at the end, so say, pretend we got the other ones done. If for some reason at the end you had extra time, you could do what I was saying at the beginning and just take a black and touch up some of these lines if you got crayon on the black painted line. Okay, so let's have fun finishing these up today and doing a great job using our imagination, lines, shapes, colors, and patterns.